Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How you doing, Kathy?
I am actually doing really, really good. Thank you. I am trying to get this so that it will go on Facebook. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to let you talk for a minute, Brandon, because I seem to have
the good old Facebook. The place that I cannot pick up your readings. So.
I know. I'm just changing it a little bit so that it will go live in a couple of minutes. So
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's great how this what are we on? StreamYard. That's the one. How it works, so we can do cross platforms, but sometimes apparently you got to do the extra work.
It does.
So before everybody donates, hold your horses. Before anybody donates, if you've already donated, you have a chance to rectify here. So as we had discussed in our previous show, we have to create a little bit of space and room so that way we can honor all those people that come here time and time again that, maybe don't get a reading because they didn't donate and, they've been on the list every single time. We got to honor those people. So what we're doing is we're going to create a minimum for our donation list during certain shows. Today is going to be one of those shows where you have to donate the minimum amount to be on our preferred or priority list here. Otherwise, if you donate underneath that amount, anything less than that, you'll get multiple entries into the lottery. So the donations, even if it doesn't meet the minimum requirement, you still get a kind of perk or an incentive there. So we're working this out so that way, again, so we can honor the people that come here time and time again that maybe keep missing out on readings. So we just wanted to do that. So for today, in order to be on our priority list, you have to donate a minimum of $10 to be on that priority list. So if you do so, Kathy will confirm here, and I will put you on our priority list. Otherwise, everyone else is going to be put on the lottery list. If you donate under $10, we very much appreciate it. Thank you. We appreciate all of the donations that you guys continuously support us with, but you will get multiple entries in the lottery, which of course means more chances to win. It's like buying multiple lottery tickets, right? When you buy multiple tickets, you have better chances of winning. So we're going to try and honor it in this way. Again, this is to honor the people that, one, still come here and support us and have always supported us. And two, the people that have come here and really have been waiting a long time to get a reading and just haven't been able to, because as you all have seen, if you've been here for any amount of shows over one show, that list gets filled up pretty quickly and it takes up a lot of our time here on air. And one of the bigger reasons why Kathy and I want to do this show is to not only be able to give back, but to show what working in this industry with integrity looks like. It's not, I had a big qualm with this, and maybe we can discuss this a little bit, Kathy.
Sure.
When I first started exploring the whole psychic field professionally, and there was somebody who was professing that they received messages from God, and I was like, hang on, how can you charge a crazy amount of money if you have messages from God? Shouldn't that be just channeled through you and free, like the word of God was put into a Bible and things like that, and they just did it because that was their duty? So I had a really weird qualm with this, and once I started working in the field, that's when I noticed, I was like, okay, well, I'm not claiming to be some, message from God kind of person, some prophet, even though there was a medium who told me I was a past life prophet, but I have not had that confirmation in a vision or anything like that. So that's neither here nor there. But once I started working in the field and I saw how people literally used me, they didn't care at all about who I was as a person. They didn't care about how I felt about things. And they just, used me, which I understand. If you are paying for a service, you should get that service, right? Without regards to the other person.
Right.
So I understood it at that level of how used a psychic can get. So I understood the energetic reciprocity here, how much energy I was putting in into the energy they were giving back. And if you don't give back any care, concern, compassion, love, mutuality, and conversation, exchange, etc., then yeah, just throw your money at it, and it should solve all your problems, right?
Right.
It's just a sense. It's just a sense of honor, is all it is. So, totally get it. Totally understand. You're paying for people's time is essentially what you're doing. But in these donations here, y'all's donations go right into the show. So we deeply thank you for helping us make the show better so we can be here. And this is just one of those times where we are working to try and make it beneficial for everybody. So $10 minimum donation for the show to be on our priority list. If you donate anything under that, then we will give you multiple lottery entries. Are we live on Facebook?
I can't tell. To be honest, I don't see anybody watching from Facebook. So
if we are live on Facebook, or if you are watching on Facebook, if you are watching on the I Want to Believe channel and you do want a reading on today's show, please pop on over to Oracle Intuition's YouTube page. That is where the live stream is being hosted. That is where you can find myself. I will be taking your questions in the chat and putting them on our list. So if you're not on the Oracle Intuitions page, please go over there and subscribe. If you do a reading, hit that like button and put your first name, your date of birth or your zodiac sign, and your question in the chat, and you will be put on our list. If you have donated, please make sure you let us know in the chat so that way we can put you on the proper list here.
yes.
So for those of you that have donated under the $10, if you do want to meet that requirement to be on our priority list, you can go ahead and do so and add that, whatever the amount is that you need to equal $10. If not, then you will be multiple lottery entered here. Yeah, I think that covers all the business end of things. See, I got my black shirt on today. It means I'm in business today. Actually, I was at a seminar today for real estate. Hooray!
Were you?
Yes, that's what I was doing today.
Okay.
It was interesting and informative, and learning about all the different types of people in this industry and how there is a lot of room for Brandon Hauser to make it in this industry, considering I am here to help people. So I'm ready to do it in all the areas I work in. I was just thinking about this yesterday. I was listing it out. It's like, oh my gosh, I do so many things. I am a psychic. I am a clinical hypnotherapist. I am ordained. I'm a minister. I can marry people and do ceremony. And now realtor, adding to that list. Oh my gosh. This is so many things. This is so many things for one person to do. But honestly, every single thing is what I want to do in my my resort. The compound, the big giant home that I'm working on building. I want to be able to hold weddings there. I want to be able to have spiritual retreats. I want to be able to do hypnotherapy sessions with people to do some healing. It's kind of all wrapped in one. It all makes sense. It's all adding up. I was so worried when I was younger. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do as an adult? Now the question is, what am I not going to do as an adult?
Well, here's the wonderful thing is that a lot of people tend to stick themselves into one,
Mm-hmm.
one whatever, right? Oh, okay, this is not going to work. Darn it. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Sorry, guys. I'm literally trying to get it onto Facebook, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to for some reason. I don't know why. So, have no idea.
Sorry, Facebook friends.
Sorry, Facebook people.
They should know that. Well, you put the link on Facebook for the
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel, and they know to pop over if they have a question to pop over to the YouTube channel. Our regulars, at least.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Yes, gotta have a job for the mind, body, and soul. Absolutely, gotta have one for every facet of life, right? And I've got like 3 planets in Gemini. I need like the variation and of stimulation for sure. Gotta have many stokes in the fire. Thank you, Melody. Thank you.
I want to say to you guys, especially if you're in Canada right now, there's a lot of I'm not going to get, too deep into this or right now or anything like that, but I do want to say if you can shut off the news
Everywhere, Canada
really,
or not.
like honestly, and we talk about this so much on this show about following your own intuition, following your instincts, following yourself and not the propaganda. There's a lot of propaganda right now. And I know, Sarah, I'm so sorry that you are probably suffering in BC right now. I can imagine. My heart goes out to you. When voting time comes, vote from your heart. Okay? This is what I'm going to say. Vote for your values, vote for your, for your heart, vote for where you're being drawn to. And this is going to be extremely important. And if you yeah, it's too much, especially since the election covered. When you shut off your TV, you are going to really all of a sudden start absorbing and feeling yeah, I'm in Edmonton too, Will, you know that. But yeah, I know it's crazy. When you shut it down and you're not listening to all the garbage that is being pumped into your head and into your brain, it's amazing how far and wide your intuition opens up. And it's amazing how much energy you all of a sudden are not absorbing from the negative aspects that are coming in. It's kind of like if you were to walk into a room with just a bunch of angry people spitting out one thing, your brain is going to start to absorb that. When you step out of that room and you have that quiet all of a sudden coming through, you really start to notice the difference within your own body, your own soul, everything that is happening to you. You start to really notice the things that that you're supposed to notice. And I've had some amazing things happen this week where I was in a place of being unsure about where it was that I was going to go with myself. And I went to the advanced poll, and up until the moment that I put my ex on a ballot, I was debating, and I kept hearing vote from your heart. And so I made my vote. And as I was walking out, I heard a conversation in regards to a political party, that the one I voted for, and how many people were actually going to be voting for them. And right there, that was my confirmation that I was on the right path. And I felt it. And it was just so as you go through, the next few days, I'm going to ask, just really shut down the media, shut down the news, shut down what it is. Like, if it's not resonating with you, and this applies to everything in our lives, if it doesn't resonate with you, you feel like this, you feel twitchy, you don't feel good, you feel angry, you feel discontent, you feel like something's wrong, you feel like you're wrong in your own skin, it just doesn't feel right. And when you're feeling that, take that step back, and that's what makes that different. So I'm just going to leave it there, because the next few days are going to be really, really important to, not only Canada, but this, decisions that are made could truly bring about a global effect. And if you're listening to just the news and just the media, who do you think pays for them to be pumping out that information? Okay. So that's where I'm going to leave that at. And so I think we can probably Brandon, maybe what we should do is just let everybody know again how it's working tonight with the donations.
Yes. So today, to be on our priority list, you must. Sorry, I'm trying to
probably keep up.
Well, I clicked the support chat button, and let's see if that worked. And I accidentally clicked a button, and it's like overpowering my screen, and I can't see people's chats coming in. So it's
and thank you, Melody. I appreciate that. I do. I just, you know what? I just feel like this is going to be an election to change elections. And as we go into the future, is this going to be an election where your rights as a citizen are going to be honored? And I feel like that's going to be extremely important. Or is the propaganda going to lead us into the future? And that scares the living shit out of me. I'm just saying. So listen very carefully. Sarah, let me know if my donation needs a top up to be on the panel.
Okay, so yes, let me explain here. So today we're doing to be on our priority list, to give a chance to the people that have been waiting patiently in the lottery. We're putting a cap on the donation to be on the priority list, or a minimum. If you do want to be on our priority list, which means you get first reading, you definitely get a reading in today's show. That minimum is going to be $10. So if you do want to be on the priority list, please donate the $10 amount. If you donate under, we will still accept that, but that means that you will be put on the lottery list with multiple lottery tickets or entrances. So you have more chances to win if you donate underneath the minimum required amount to be on the priority list. So again, minimum $10, that gets you a definite reading on today's show. We're doing this so that we can limit the donation list to a certain amount to allow the people who have been waiting for the lottery chance to be able to get a better chance to win. So yes, if you need to top up and you really want to be on that priority list, you can do so. Just make sure that you let us know in the chat that you have donated. Kathy will confirm whether you are on the priority list by the amount or if you are on the lottery list.
Mm-hmm. So right now we have Will on the priority list.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me do. Let's I just want to resound what you were saying, Kathy, about following your heart when you're voting, when you're making decisions. So what I have come to learn out of my 32 years of experience, and a lot of that experience being in the realm of studying the subconscious mind, studying humanity, social interaction, studying and working with spirits, and drawing on my own lifetimes of experience, the brain is a tool. It is not who you are. It is not your identity. The brain is like a computer, and you use a computer to program things. It can run programs for you. It helps to keep you alive. It helps auto-regulate your heartbeat, your breathing, your blood pumping. It does all these different things. It can be programmed. Your heart and everything around the heart is a divine intelligence. It is that part of you that it pulls you, it experiences gravity. It is your motor. This is a better place to make decisions from. The brain is logical and beautiful and wonderful. And sometimes you do need, logic in order to help you understand something clearer. But the heart is always going to put you in the right place. It is always going to be a soulful decision when you make a decision and choice from the heart. And arguably, that is the one thing that you have to live with on this earth is your soul.
Absolutely.
Arguably, you are your soul, but as ego identity is still very much part of the human experience, individuality, etc., it is the heart that you're going to experience at the end of this lifetime. It is that soul. It is the collection of all the emotions that you have experienced and felt from yourself and felt from others. Those are the things that you're going to relive once the body is no longer. So making decisions from that heart space, it will always lead you in the right place every time.
I want to ask if anybody here has ever watched Doctor Who. And I know I said this to someone yesterday, and if you've ever watched Doctor Who, and they have the Cybermen, okay, and so what happens with the Cybermen is basically they're round up and they're put into a great big machine, and their bodies are chopped up, and their brains are really just stuck into a metal body. And so they're only, even though they can kind of think, they have a slight realization of who it is that they are essentially programmed to all respond, act, talk, think the same way. They might have a slight, realization of their past personality or some remembrance of who it is that they are. But it's kind of like what Brandon is saying with the soul. When we get in touch with our soul, we're no longer those Cybermen. And right now, what I'm seeing is a lot of Cybermen that are like, walk, boop, 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 like this down the street. And, somebody says, turn left, and there's a big clue in there that I just said. I'll leave it at that. But there's a lot of Cybermen right now. And so really start listening to your heart. Which path is it taking? Okay. And if that's truly not the path that you feel comfortable with, take a new path. And so I'm going to, again, we're going to leave it there like that. Probably I pissed some people off, but I don't really care, because I think it's a very important message to get across, is to follow your heart, follow your intuition, and follow your soul. You're right. At the end of the day, that's what we're living with, is our soul.
Absolutely.
And all right. So I think what we're going to do is you guys start posting your questions. And yes, I like what Sarah says. She goes, it's true. Some people are really speaking and living from the heart, and others are repeating fear and propaganda.
That's huge. It's huge. Think about that. That is absolutely huge, because that's all we're being bombarded with. If somebody is projecting fear into you constantly and telling you to be afraid of something, they are the exact thing that you should be afraid of.
Yeah.
Because whoever promotes fear is looking to honestly manipulate you in some way.
Mm-hmm.
In some way.
They are.
Because fear, I mean, we've done so many studies on this. Fear puts you in this vulnerable, a chemically vulnerable state. Your brain chemistry is altered when you are in fear. I mean, we've done study after study after study on this. Like, we got to know the truth by now. And if you are being forced to fear something, something else is happening. So just keep that in mind. Keep it in mind, yo.
Keep it in mind. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get your, I believe that Will be first on the reading list. And as far as I can see right now, I do believe that we're going to be going into the lottery. Oh, Rachel did add to that lottery, to that amount too. So Rachel will be second on the lottery list, or on the donation list. I'm sorry, donation. Will and then Rachel.
What's Rachel's handle? Her YouTube username?
She was up at the top here.
Is it Sarah? Melody? No.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's not.
Andrea. I think we had this last show.
Rachel is Andrea. There we go. So Andrea is.
I thought so.
Okay. So we'll do.
I knew.
Rachel and then Andrea. Rachel,
did
Andrea.
Did Sarah hit the $10 mark? I thought.
She may have. I'm not sure. I think she did. We'll put Sarah on there too.
I think Sarah did as well.
Okay,
so earlier.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yes.
I'm Sarah and donated as Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. We needed that. Sometimes it gets a little.
Listen, sometimes we like to do. You got to do creative stuff with your PayPal's and things and names. I mean, I'm Dream Teacher on here, and honestly, so my Google name for my Google profile is Dream Teacher. Well, I went and ordered food from a local Thai restaurant, and I'm like in there, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm here to pick up for Brandon," and they're like, "No, we don't have any order for that." And I'm like, yes, you do. I just ordered it like 15 minutes ago. And they're like, "No, I'm telling you, we don't have anything." And I sat there and I thought about it and I was like, "Do you have an order for Dream?" She's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So now whenever I order with Google, it always comes up as Dream Teacher. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to be careful with those creative names.
Sarah, me. She's so cute. I love you guys. Okay, so we're just going to take a quick break here.
Put your questions in. If you're listening on I Want to Believe or Facebook, if it somehow magically came on, pop over to Oracle Intuition, subscribe, like the video, throw your question in the chat with your first name, zodiac sign or date of birth, and your question there in the chat so I can see it. Oracle Intuitions, YouTube.
Perfect. And we will be right back, guys. It's only a 3-minute break, but it just allows us to get slightly organized, which apparently we were not. So give us
your questions in.
And we'll be back right away. Okay. right.
Okay, real quick. What is the most recent song that has been stuck in your head?
Snowflakes by Tom McDonald.
Oh, you were ready for that one.
I have been playing that. Like I'm so addicted to that song because it's so true. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch it, you really truly should. I
That's
would
good
play it
stuff,
on here
Kathy.
if I wouldn't get into trouble, but yeah, go check out
Yeah.
just type in Tom McDonald on YouTube. Check out Brainwashed and Snowflakes. Bang, right there. And I like this. Melody just actually quoted you. If somebody is projecting fear into you constantly,
Aw.
they are the exact thing that you should be afraid of. Oh, Brandon Hauser. That is a quote.
Listen, I am
love
working on a book, so it's been
Yeah.
in the making for a while. There will be a book one day.
So Andrea says she's had a bunch of different songs, and Sarah said David Bowie, loving the alien. Okay.
Nice. I've had that. Oh, it's that Dua Lipa song, "Levitating," stuck in my head for days.
Mm.
That one has been getting me. And then all the little TikToks, they're like, "You want me? No. You want me? No." And it's like a bunch of different things. It's ridiculous. I know.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I am such a sucker for those little pop frequencies that are like catchy and repetitive. It's just they're little earworms. If any of you notice, okay, so I do a lot of sound construction with Logic Pro, and so I listen to like the depth of music. And if anybody ever listens to music, especially pop music with headphones in, so what they do and why it gets stuck in your head is because they put an echo effect. And if you actually listen to the background of the music, you can hear the echo and it's repetitive in the background. They do it intentionally, so it does get stuck in your head. It's crazy. And I don't say I fall victim to it. I let myself because there are some things that are just catchy and fun to sing. I can't help it. I love singing. I'm like constantly singing all the time, and many people are annoyed with me. So I can't help it.
Can't help it. Let's
So let me confirm.
Yeah.
Who gets double lottery here?
Okay.
I believe that's Kalel and Kay, right?
I believe so. I don't know if double lottery, and then we have everybody else in there. We have yes. This is correct. If we missed anybody, let us know.
Oh yeah, Sarah. So there was this book I read. I think it was called Utopia, and it was an amusement park that you would like go to. I don't know. They had an interesting concept to it. It's supposed to be like the most alluring amusement park ever. But what they did, and I'm pretty sure this is confirmed with some of my Disney friends, they play uterine sounds of being in the womb in the background to make you feel this like calm, euphoric state because you're very euphoric when you're in your mother's womb. So I always found that really interesting that people do things like that. It's crazy.
Kind of cool. Kind of cool.
All right, so I have our current lottery list up. That is for our lottery. Our donation list will be Will first, then Andrea, Rachel, and then Sarah.
Right.
In that order.
Awesome.
So if you are on our lottery list and you definitely want to make sure you get a reading, you still have the chance to donate. Just again, let us know in the chat so that way we can put you up there. If you're just joining us, you can hop on into the lottery list.
Christopher actually wants to get on there too. Christopher may be on the I Want to Believe channel. I'm not sure. So guys, if you're watching from the I Want to Believe channel, make sure that you hop over to the Oracle Intuitions channel, just so that we because Brandon cannot see you from the I Want to Believe channel. Yep. And also Melody.
Oh, I've not heard of that song, Will. I just got Melody. She's on our lottery, correct?
Yeah. Okay. And Christopher.
You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo. Oh, are we going to get blocked for that? Copyright. I don't see Christopher's question.
I don't know if he had a question. He just asked to get on to the lottery. So again, if Christopher is watching, make sure that you go over to the Oracle Intuition.
Oh, okay, Christopher Gray. Gotcha.
All right. I don't know if there's a question there, but
yeah, just make sure you give us your first name if it is Christopher, zodiac, date of birth, and your question. Pop over to Oracle Intuition's page if you could, mate. Melody, I've got you, love. You are going to be... Oh, wait. I want to make sure I do this so you see it clearly. You want me. I want you, baby. It's stuck in my head, y'all. I'm so sorry. I hope I don't get it stuck in yours. So sorry. Okay, let me update this lottery list so we see all of our numbers. We'll have to make a way that makes this look nicer. So a question for everybody listening. If we put up a page where you could just submit, if we gave you a link and you could just submit even before the show, your question and donations through that one little web page. So it's it'll be a page either attached to my website or Kathy's. Would you use that? So you could just put that in even before the show, and that way you've kind of got your spot all sorted out. Would you use that? Let us know in the chat. And if you're listening after the fact, let us know in the comments afterwards. Because that might be a little bit easier.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
All right. Let's jump into it. Will, and what did Will want to know?
All right. Will, our Taurus, is looking for a general reading for the rest of the year. He also says that he's going to be moving out soon.
Yay.
Exciting. That feels pretty good.
Okay.
The rest of the year.
Okay. Will, give me just a second to tap in. Okay, so is it wrestling or boxing that you're doing? Because I see a lot of physical movement coming through here. And I don't mean in literally moving. I believe it's wrestling that you've been working on. You know what I'm really seeing, Will, is a higher element to your confidence. I don't know if there's going to be like these huge dramatic changes in the next few months. You know, I do feel like the moving will happen. But what I'm really getting is a change within your whole essence, your whole person. It's like what it's showing me is, you know, I keep getting this line. Hey, Miguel. I keep getting this line. So sometimes the human element is along this line, okay? And I feel like before there was a part of you that was sort of underneath this line, and all of a sudden you're going up, you're raising up, you're raising up, you're raising up. It's like your soul is starting to really find the things that not only that you're attracted to, but that you're desiring. And I don't mean this just within relationships. It's like you're literally allowing yourself to follow what it is that makes you suddenly a happy person. It's interesting because I'm really getting shown here an element of you that I wouldn't say that you followed. Okay, I don't want to say that, but you were scared to really express yourself. I feel like verbally you didn't really hold back. Like verbally you could express yourself, you know, for the most part quite well. But I feel like there was a part of you that was, you know, maybe scared to attempt some things because of fear of, you know, embarrassment, ridicule. Maybe, you know, you were scared to it's kind of like, I want to enter this contest, but I'm scared I'm not going to win. That sort of energy. And I feel this really doing this switch. And it's like this complete, like literally like flipping a pancake, like boom, you know, to this new side. And it's almost as though you're allowing yourself, like nothing is holding you back now. That fears are being removed. It's like you're shedding a skin, literally, is what I feel, is like this skin is being shed from you, and you're developing that core self within you. And I keep seeing it as being glowing, 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 glowing. And it's so beautiful. It really feels like you've been working, whether it's conscious or unconscious, it feels as though you've been working on the solar plexus, you know, and allowing yourself to truly, truly expand. And I actually really love this. So what I keep feeling, you know, it's interesting. I'm not 100% sure about a relationship within the next few months. I feel like there's somebody you're going to start getting close to, but I keep getting shown closer to the end of the year, going into the beginning of January, that there's going to be somebody very special to you, but you're also going to, it's not just going to be one-sided. This is going to be you're special to them. And I keep feeling this around the beginning of the year. And I keep getting told here, to really follow that path, to really follow that, that person that you're drawn to, because they are going to be just as drawn for you. So you've been training and wrestling over a month. It'll help me. Yeah, it helps you get, yeah, absolutely. It's going to get you out of your shell. I just feel like this is most definitely a path that you're supposed to follow. And it's interesting because remember, I did tell you about a mentor, and I feel like that mentor maybe have to do with the wrestling. You know, it may have to do with somebody that is helping you or bringing you out, or, you know, showing you, or whatever it is. Like,
I remember that coming up.
Yeah. And I do. I feel like there's somebody there to help you. And I mean, it's not like, you know, when we talk about mentors, it doesn't mean a guru. It doesn't mean, you know, that it's somebody who gives you a little bit of a push. It's somebody that sees your true strengths and helps you develop those. Okay. But you're developing them for you. You're not developing them for anyone else, and not for them. So that's what a true mentor is, you know, and sometimes the student surpasses the mentor. So yeah, see, mentor Sean, my trainer, that very well could be, because I just kept feeling it was a man. And I felt like, you know, he was going to, in some way, you know, show you. It's not going to open up maybe all the doors to your life or anything, because you're going to do that from the inside, but they're going to give you those paths that are going to allow those, or it's going to, you know, give you the keys to allow those paths of opening. Person of interest, they could be at work. Is that somebody that is at work? Because that I'm not sure. I still feel like this person is from possibly your work, but I really do feel like closer into the end of the year, going into the beginning of next year, is going to be huge for you.
Good transitional period. You know, I too am picking up on this whole solar plexus energy, this will power, if you will. Oh my God, that is your wrestling name. That is totally your wrestling name.
Is it his wrestling name?
No, but it should be. That's what I'm saying.
Willpower. There you
Willpower. Maybe it's a little cheesy. Okay, we can come up with a better one. We can help you brainstorm if you need. But I'm definitely feeling that that solar plexus power, that solar plexus strength here. Really what spirit keeps showing me is they're showing me a lot of like this childlike bliss, this childlike wonder is going to detail a lot of the time over the next few months for you. I feel you kind of riding back in, connecting with the inner child, finding the sense of power in your own self, and really just creating movement. Now, specifically when I ask spirit, they are showing me that there is transition to roots, and they're showing me that new opportunity kind of emerges from these new roots being structured down. So you really are finding a core part of yourself, transforming or even building new core parts of the self. Slow and steady, mate. Taurus, I know that energy very well. Just keep that even, steady pace. That is going to be like your secret ingredients in this recipe of will, is knowing how to keep a regular pace. And honestly, it's like one of the best ways to sustain anything worthwhile and worth doing, is just doing it regularly over time, not completely overwhelming and absorbing yourself, probably like I do. Honestly, I do that all the time where I'm like, oh, I just love this thing, give me so much of it. I think in my later years I have learned, okay, let's just keep a nice even keel, because you can enjoy it through a lifetime. So kind of keep that mentality of like just regularly doing things, chipping away, and that is going to sustain you for long periods of time. So really enjoy getting to reconnect with your inner child over these next few months, because that's going to come up a lot. And again, focusing a lot on that solar plexus area will be beneficial too. Faithful and positive. There you go, Will. Exactly. Daily meditation. Some people cannot do it. Others find a lot of really good benefit in it. So if you can, keep it up. I will tell you all, this is no affiliation here. I'm not getting paid to say this, but Insight Timer really has been a really good tool for me. It's so simple. The one that I use, it's just an incremental bell meditation where a bell goes off every 4 or 5 minutes. And for whatever reason, it is the trigger that pulls and throws me in and out of my body. It's insanely, what's the word? Impactful. Like it's really impactful. It really genuinely helps. Something as simple as that. So explore, daily meditation techniques. A lot of people really like Headspace, but I think you have to pay for that now. Is that right? I'm not sure.
I think you do. Yeah. I think that you actually have to pay for Headspace now.
It used to be free. I remember, because I was, looking into them when they first came out, but now they got that Netflix money. So they you gotta pay for their stuff now.
Yes.
Well, good luck, Will. I would love to see some of your wrestling stuff. It sounds really cool. Anything about moving out? Well, I think honestly, the fact that I was being shown the transition of roots kind of makes sense, and that transitioning of roots leads to new opportunities. So I would take that as a good notion about moving, and it being honestly a good thing for you. Any of us, any kind of newness can be scary, but especially Tauruses and earth signs, because it's like, oh, I just like where my pace is. I like things. So it can be a little nerve-wracking, but this does not feel like it's going to be, this feels like it's going to be a positive thing for you, Will. It does not feel like it's going to be anything negative. It feels like it positively affects you, giving you new opportunities. Lean into them. Don't resist them. And remember, like we said in the very beginning of the show, if you're following your heart, you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I also feel the moving out thing, I'm really getting, make sure that you're going to be good with the energy that you're moving into. So even if it's just a matter of spending a couple of minutes, really looking around the apartment, see how you're, or wherever it is that you're moving to, make sure that you're feeling like you can imagine your stuff in there. I just keep feeling if you're not in the right place, you may feel a little twitchy. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I do feel like, maybe walking through and imagining and seeing your stuff in there. If you can see it and feel it, you know that you found your place.
That's a great technique. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that that's helped, Will. And thank you so much for watching.
Congrats on all your cool stuff.
You're such an amazing supporter, and we truly appreciate it. Every week you're always here, and it means the world to us. So thank you so much. And to all of you as well. I believe, who is next? And we also got to add Miguel to that list as well. Miguel.
Yeah. Okay. I've got Miguel here. Tanya, if you are still in the comments here, I think Tanya's on Yeah, if you can pop over to the Oracle Intuitions page, you absolutely can submit a question. So go to the Oracle Intuitions YouTube channel, type in your first name, your zodiac sign or date of birth, and your question in the chat, and I will gladly put you on the list. If you do want to
I think Tanya's new, so I just want to specify it's a lottery list, so we will be pulling numbers after the donations. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear. It doesn't guarantee everybody a reading. It does put you onto the lottery list, and we do try to get to as many as we possibly can within the night. So
if you do want a guaranteed reading in today's show, you have that opportunity to be put on our priority list, which we're currently on now. You can donate a minimum of $10. You can follow the instructions on the scroll or in the info box to do that. If you donate underneath that, then you can get multiple entries into our lottery list here. So you do have ways of definitely getting a reading, but also you got ways of winning. And who doesn't like winning free stuff?
Exactly.
I think we all do. You know, honestly, there's a thing about it because there is a t-shirt, right, that I would never want in a million years. But you hand that thing out in a t-shirt cannon and I will go crazy for it. Like, I want to win it. I'm ready to go.
Like raising my hand. Give it to me. Give it to me.
All right. Up next is Andrea here. Hope you guys are doing well. We are. Thank you, love. Never gave the placements. I'm Pisces Sun, Taurus Moon, Aries Rising. All right. Okay. Greg is a Pisces Sun, Taurus Moon with Leo Rising. Want an update on our connection? How is he feeling? So Andrea is Pisces. Greg is also Pisces.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of a difficult one, eh? Having a Pisces moon?
Two Pisces, y'all get lost in each other.
Yeah, lost in each other. It really feels like, you know, and going with what you're saying, you know, with, you know, lost in each other, it almost feels as though there's a lot of overthinking that's going on, to some degree.
Right? With a Pisces? What?
Don't be silly. I know nothing about
Who would have
overthinking. I don't know. It does. It feels like there's both ends are in a period of overthinking. You're the calmer. I'm gonna say here, it does feel like your energy right now, Rachel, is a lot calmer. You're in a more it feels as though you're sort of in this place of F it, or, you know, 1 second and then, okay, well, what's going on over on this side? So there's this, you know, kind of a bit of a contradiction within your energy towards this. It's like, okay, well, if he likes me, great. If he doesn't, F it. You know, it's sort of that energy. Now, where is he? He is in this place where a lot of that overthinking is coming through. But it's not a bad overthinking. Okay, he's not, I don't feel that he's in this place of overthinking him out of making the connection. I feel he's overthinking himself in the connection itself. And it feels like there's a little bit of lack of self-confidence within him in some degree. I don't know, like it almost feels like this energy of, am I good enough? Can I, you know, am I going to be a good partner? You know, those sort of energies. It's along that line. I'm getting a lot of this from him, and this could have to do with the fact that you can have that hot and cold type of energy, which is a good thing to have because it does make him think. It does make him, he's not in this place of overconfidence, okay, where he's, oh, I don't need to put any work in because I already got her. So whatever. He's in this place of, well, can I do better? Can I do better? And yeah, and she said, she's like, I feel that, but he doesn't speak on it. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to speak on it, quite honestly. I feel like this may come through more with, you know, insecurity or actions. I feel like you are in a place, you know, just with what you said, where you're insecure, you're confused about, how he's feeling, but the feelings are there. And I kind of feel the fact that he's not in this place of overconfidence with this relationship at this time is a good place to be, simply because I feel like he is going to put some effort towards this. Now, I don't know if he has been putting a little bit more effort towards this, or, it's interesting because, besides the signs, we also have different love languages, and we've all probably heard about love languages. And one person may be on a place where they want to vocally hear somebody saying I love you, and other people want to see the physical actions towards this. So I feel like there is a little bit of energy where there is that different sort of love language. Okay, so if you're that type of person that really needs the vocal or the whatever it is, you may want to explain that to him, but at the same degree you may just want to understand that this is how I absorb that information, or this is how I accept that information. And sometimes it doesn't mean that you have to completely put it aside. It's just having an understanding that people, it's interesting. And, I think I've spoken about this on the show before. There's a lot of times where I'll be doing a reading with somebody and they will say, yeah, to Adam, do the quiz as well. I love it. Okay. That's so awesome, because I kept hearing that like love languages in my head. But, I've had clients where, they will say, well, he never tells me he loves me. He never says he loves me. And I'll be like, okay, but what does he do? Well, I'll be like, well, does he help around the house? Well, he does everything around the house. Or, he takes care of the children. Or he took me on this trip, but he didn't say he was sorry. Like, the frick, lady? Like, come on. Let's come on. The guy just spent $10,000 taking you on a world trip, but you're waiting for the words "I'm sorry." Like, sometimes it comes through with actions. It doesn't mean that we should be in a place of neglecting saying I'm sorry. But if you're expecting somebody to grovel, and I'm not saying you, obviously, you know what I'm talking about, Rachel. But there's that difference, right? And sometimes we just have to take a look at it and go, okay, this is how they express their emotions or their love, and this is how I express them. And sometimes they're not going to completely match, but we have to be in this place of understanding, okay, he's out there mowing the lawn, or he's, doing this, that, this, and that. I'm going to take that as a sign of, he just got up and did all the dishes. He just made me supper and did all the dishes, and then pulled down my bed and put little chocolates on my pillow. Okay, right there, that's a love language. He's showing you, So I do feel that with him and you, it's not to the extreme that I just talked about. Okay, I don't want you to, go into that energy. I do feel he has a hard time sometimes expressing himself, is the point that I'm trying to get to here. And I do feel that he, because of that insecurity, or sometimes he has a hard time expressing it. The feelings that I have with him towards you are very, they feel very sincere. They feel very dear. They feel very heart-centered towards you. I feel like, he's in his mind, he's looking long-term. You might not be able to see that at this particular point in time, simply because of where that energy is. But I do feel that he's looking further ahead than what is being shown to you at this moment. So I hope
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna resound on that and echo that, because when I'm tapped into the energy, I don't know if I should be calling you Andrea or Rachel. If you have a preference, let me know. Or now Nicole as well. I don't know. If you have a preference, let me know. So when I look at the energy between you and Greg, it's the very first thing that I'm being shown is that security, rooting, groundedness, anchoring things in. That is like the energy that's getting the most attention right now, and it's wanting to grow. So the sense of security is what is trying to be expanded at this time in the connection. But what Spirit shows me is that a lot of that is being clouded over right now, and that you really are going to have to cut through that cloudiness with a knife, meaning, you're going to have to allow that knife being the intuition, being able to see through the haze is what the intuition in that third eye is really good for. Now, when I'm tapped into Greg specifically, I do feel this sort of contradictory nature. And this is what I wanted to echo what Kathy is saying here and maybe describe it in a different way too. The way I'm seeing it is that there is a detached energy from him, but it's all because of internal or personal sort of conflicts or issues. But with his feelings towards you, there is very clear this emotional attachment of him looking out into the future, exactly what Kathy is talking about. And it's as if he sees the connection out into the future. So I think you can take what Kathy is saying to heart here, because even though he may seem like he's detached on the outside, there's a lot going on internally. And who better to know than another Pisces how that can work and what that feels like and what it looks like. I mean, you could look as if you're totally lost and not paying attention to anything, but yet you have absorbed what other people around you are saying on top of planning out, this whole other journey and vacation or, spiritual retreat or something, you know what I mean? Like, exactly what that kind of looks like when you're blanking out, but you're not really detached from the moment. You're just like, you're considering so many different things at once. So I feel that that's kind of exactly what Greg is experiencing too. So when I do ask Spirit what's to come between the two of you, they keep showing me, don't be surprised if you keep dreaming about one another. Recently, they're showing me that you might even have some very intense dreams in this next week, if not, even tomorrow or the next day, or maybe you had them yesterday. I know a lot of people are actually having intense dreams yesterday, because I was included on that. And there's like a whole group of people who are like speaking up about similar dreams. And it was like a really interesting thing. So it's like the people that are kind of receptive to waves of energy are picking up.
I had a dream about a flat tire and I woke up with the air low in my tire this morning.
Look at that. See?
I was like, damn it. Why am why did I have another type of dream? No, I wake up with my tire flat. Damn it. It wasn't bad. It was fine. But
look at that. See, Andrea, I'm telling you, Spirit keeps showing me this high energy communication between the two of you. So just know that if you're dreaming about him, he is also dreaming about you, whether he remembers them or not. It's absolutely happening, because there is this internal deep communication between the two of you happening right now. So
I actually wanted to say, because just before you were talking about dreams, I kept hearing from Spirit that and one of the ways to really allow this relationship to increase and flow is to, because there is that strong connection, is to really speak to him on the spiritual level, not so much the physical level at this point. So I really feel like it's almost as though that connection is so deep at this moment that if you ask him spiritually, hey, look I need some more, this, that, or the other thing, start talking to him like that when you get that time to yourself, or when,
talk to the soul
or whatever, like speak to him on that spiritual level, because I do feel like on that 5D level, you guys are really hearing each other.
Absolutely. There's a really good, I want to just give our listeners a really great exercise.
Listen to him too.
Yes. I want to give our listeners a really great exercise to do with soul communication with somebody. Okay. So there's this brilliant book. It's by P.A. Sanders, and he helps you to figure out where the seat of the soul is. So if you're out there looking for a good book about understanding psychism, that's a great book. You Are Psychic by P.A. Sanders. So I want you to imagine, again, if you want to communicate with a soul to soul kind of energy and really have that with somebody else, I want you to imagine as if your eyes or your brain are like above your head, but slightly behind it. Okay. So just imagine your eyes are right there, as if you are seeing the world. Your eyes just pop out, like in Beetlejuice, where they do this, they take the eyes out and they put them. Okay. So imagine your eyes are like right up here, and see the world from this angle, then see the person. I always like to imagine like this beautiful, shimmery kind of white orb as like my soul's presence in space. I always like the orb. I want you to imagine seeing from this space and looking at somebody else's in that way. So don't look at their body, look above their body and slightly behind, and start like sending waves of like lights. And those light are your communication. So make a statement and allow that to be a wave that reaches out to the other person. See how they respond. Does their orb shift? Does it move? Does it run away? Does it draw closer? Does it expand? Does it contract? Does it get brighter? Does a wave of light come out of it? Notice the things that happen. Try to receive and interpret that communication here. And if you need to, your brain will try, we do all have psychic sensory. Your brain will try to take that, receive it, and interpret it. If you need help, that's why Kathy and I are here. Of course, you can always book readings with us if you don't want to air all your stuff on the show. And we are, of course, happy to help.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful energy.
So really cool exercise for all of you. Okay, so who's trying to communicate with my soul right now? I feel it. Who's doing it? Who's imagining? Yes, he really gave me a clear message yesterday in my dream. Woke up roughly. Oh my gosh. See? Oh, I love that. I love that. So love when those confirmations, validations come in right away.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I just felt like there was this communication between the two of you in this 5D realm, and it was just so strong. And, keep that up. Listen.
Yeah, because we experience connections on multiple layers of reality, multiple layers of consciousness. So it's, of course, important to honor all of them. Like, okay, well, just to briefly explain this, there are times when if you've been in a relationship with somebody and you just have this feeling that maybe they cheated or they did something and they're not telling you, but there are no indications on the outside, that tell you that, these are like these internal feelings. Sometimes it's, your own insecurities and issues being projected out. But other times, a lot of people just sense it. They pick up on it. They're like, what is going on? You don't feel the same to me. They can't explain why. That's intuition. Those are psychic senses that are kicking in. So I'm not saying that for anybody's situation. That's just a generalization, that's how we are discovering moments of intuition in relationships.
Yes.
Very cool. Dreams are always trying to call someone and my phone doesn't work, or I'm trying to move and I have too many boxes. Oh my gosh, that would be terror. That's a nightmare to me. Where did all these boxes come from? Or if I could not call somebody, that would be really sad. I think the scariest ones I've had, I did have one dream one time when I was younger where like my teeth were falling out. That was really scary. But another one that I had that really freaks me out is I am in a threatening situation. And I remember I was like trying to throw a punch or to like push or run away. And everything was slow motion. I couldn't move. It felt like my entire body was in like quicksand, and I was like trying to throw a punch and I couldn't even do it. Like it was so hard. That was so terrifying to me. It was so scary.
Who is next? And I hope that's helped, Andrea. I'm so glad that, we gave you some sort of sense of confirmation. That's beautiful. So Melody's laughing at you. Laughing with you. Well, if laughing with you.
I'm fine with both. All right. So Sarah is up next. So perfect. Sarah is, Kay has had those kind of dreams before. See, aren't they weird? They're so weird. They just, they sit with me. They affect me. It's crazy. Okay. So Sarah is Capricorn. Does the Virgo man appreciate me in his life, or should I not pursue our connection and friendship? We have other things going on, career, relationships, etc. I value and enjoy him, but I'm not sure how he feels. The Virgo man.
Okay. So I would never, I do feel there is a sense of self-involvement with him. Okay. First of all, I feel a lot of self-focus with him. It feels as though both water moons. Okay. But
both sun, earth, and both water, moon.
Yeah, so there's a lot of it depends which water moons though, because those can change. Do you know which water moons they are?
I'm
That's interesting.
curious.
Yeah. Uh Pisces and I am Scorpio, both Leo play. Okay. Yeah, cuz your feelings are more in depth, okay, with that Scorpio moon. Um yeah, debuting a work project at the moment because it does it really feels like he was very self-focused at this time. um so here's the thing, and I don't want anybody to take this in any sort of way, or that I'm dissing anybody because of their signs, but I mean there's some signs that are a little bit more self-absorbed than others. Okay.
Well,
And
there's
it doesn't.
purpose to it, right?
Right.
There's a reason they need to be.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean it's bad or whatever it is. Like Brandon said, it's there's a reason for it. Now, with him having a Virgo and a Pisces and Leo, there is a lot of inner. So Pisces tend to turn things onto themselves, into themselves. It's kind of about. I'm a Pisces moon, and we sort of read things, and we don't read things the wrong way, but we can get a little bit paranoid at times. There's that element of being paranoid. But at the same time, with that Virgo moon, I'm really feeling with him, okay, just in general, and just looking at his energy. So it feels as though Sarah is here and he's here and he's very self focused, but you still have a place here. And I don't feel any other places that are going around him, if that makes any sense. It doesn't feel like, with him that he's here and here and here and here and here or anything like that. It just really feels as though his energy is focused on the inside, and it feels as though there's a lot of I keep hearing the word challenges. So I don't know if this is work challenges or life challenges, or things that he's trying to work his way through. But it's showing me that you do have this very special place within his heart, and it feels like a very comfortable place. Unfortunately, the only negative that I'm really feeling about that is it's sort of a place that when he's in the mood, or he's in that it's like, okay, I'm not self-focused right now. Now I can pay attention to Sarah. So it almost feels like he's very good at boxes, and putting things into boxes and compartmentalizing and that sort of thing. So when you ask yourself, or when you ask us, should you pursue this connection, or, maintain this connection? What I want to say, well, that's exactly it. Like, are you on a shelf? Kind of like, yes, there is an energy of being on a shelf. This isn't sometimes always a bad thing. It really, again, goes back into those love languages and what it is that you want from this connection. I can't say, is that a bad thing? No, because you're definitely, even though you might be on the shelf, it's a big shelf, and it's a big huge Sarah bookcase. It's not just a shelf. Like it's like you have your special place. The only thing is that he actually has to get up and physically go to that bookcase, and sometimes he kind of closes his mind to what it is that he's focusing in on at the moment. And so I really feel like this is going to depend a little bit on you and what it is that you want out of this relationship. Do you want somebody who is going to be more absorbed into you? Are you wanting somebody who's going to pay more attention to you? Are you going to want somebody, so basically it's looking into long-term future kind of energy. And sometimes we tend to think, well, if we were in a deeper commitment, they would change. But it's not that he would change. He might be a little bit more focused on the Sarah shelf or the Sarah bookcase, but he's still going to be absorbed within himself to some degree. And this has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your connection. It has nothing to do with how he feels, anything along that line. It really is his energy as a soul. Okay. So it's almost as though like somebody on a mission that has to get their things done, and that is going to be the first priority. And that makes it really difficult, because if you want to be that first priority, it doesn't mean that you can never be there, but he is going to turn that focus in onto, his work or his career, or what it is that he, if he picked up a hobby, let's say you guys were living together or married, if all of a sudden he picked up knitting as a hobby, he's going to be focused in on knitting, for that moment. And that's where that difficulty may come in. This is what I'm getting. So is he worth to stay with? That's really with you. Okay. I want to say that's really with you. Is that something that you're okay with? Or is that something that you need somebody, or you desire somebody, or, and I mean, that's perfectly okay to, want more attention. Can he be the one that will do that? There would be a lot of work towards that. A lot of work would he miss you if you were gone? Yes. You would be like, where's Sarah? Wait, so you are important to him, but his inner focus is within himself. Okay.
100%.
I just want to say that.
Yeah, that's so beautifully put, because it's exactly the energy I pick up on too. When I'm looking first at the energy between you and Mr. Virgo Man, Sarah, I feel like this is an important time of deeper questioning. The way the spirit shows it to me is that you are both in consideration of the core components of the connection. And right now, those do seem to be in friction right now. You're really figuring out what's the point, what's the purpose, what's the path, really trying to hash that energy out. Now, specifically with him, it's kind of as Kathy is saying, I'll explain it the way I'm being shown, is that there is a bond with you, and it's an important bond, but it is totally undefined. And that feels weird for his nature, for that to be happening at all, because with that Cancer rising, as soon as you say Cancer rising, I'm like, oh my God, yes, that is 100% the energy I feel. With that Cancer rising, with that Virgo sun, definition is important. But here's the thing about it. I feel for him, definition is solid. It's real. It's permanent. And he has to realize, we're living in a world of impermanence, and nothing here is permanent. Nothing ever stays forever. So it's like he's worried about, I feel that bit of unsureness about creating total definition, just because once it's there, it's there. So that's why I think you're in this place of really structuring what are, the strengths, what is the backbone, what is this mission, this purpose of the connection, and really trying to figure that out through trials and tribulations, through fun moments, through difficult moments, through, all the different things that a relationship entails between two people. And it's as if, I wouldn't say experimenting, because there's no intentional using or doing something to figure out if it's going to work or not. It just feels natural. It feels organic. How are we going to fit? How are we going to do things? How are we going to work? I am asking Spirit what you do need to be, where you should be with him, where you could be focused on with him. And they are showing me to make sure that you know your own roots, and to kind of really allow yourself to just get absorbed in yourself. Feel out Sarah, feel out what Sarah wants and likes, and don't. I think we said this in the last show, and it's coming up again now as I hear it. So this must be something that a lot of us are going through, is to, and Kathy said it so beautifully, even for me, is to look at the attributes and things that you want to experience, versus just looking at, one person. really hang on to the energies that complement you well, and then allow the other person to show you those things if they have them, if they hold them. This whole shelf analogy, I totally get where that's coming from. I totally get that kind of energy. It's like you're being placed up here, you're seen, not always interacted with. But again, at the end of the day, I do feel that he feels a bond with you, but it feels like, oh, sorry, I'm getting all sorts of messages here. But it feels like he is waiting for new layers of his own emotions to be revealed to himself before he can fully create that definitive connection with you. And I think that's exactly why Spirit is showing me for you to really kind of wrap yourself up in Sarah right now, feel her out, kind of get lost in your own self. Because if he wants to pull you out of that fog, that haze, or pull you off that shelf, then he's going to have to intentionally do so. And it shows you and proves you, oh, hey, he does want to interact. He is here. He is wanting something more. So I think just keep that in mind. Stay kind of self-focused right now. And when he wants to be around, he's going to show you.
Yeah. I'm just reading what you said.
Yeah, I'm reading that too.
The thing is that I feel both can happen, both the musician and the life together and the family. I really feel like this can, truly happen. I feel though it's just that, again, it's that matter of understanding that he does inner focus, and it doesn't take away from his feelings towards you. It just may put him in a place where that could be a first go-to for him, or a first thought. But again, it's like you definitely have a strong place for him, if that makes any sense. His heart is with you. And I do feel that both of these can be put together, the family as well as the musical life. I don't feel like this is going to be a place where it's one or the other. This can intermesh. It can, it can be created together for you. So
just let it flow as it is. Your things are still undefined. And these conflicts, these difficult moments are coming up for a very specific reason, and it is to help this definition happen, Sarah. So take these moments and use them as important building blocks or important lessons. However they hit you, however they resonate with you when they come up between you and him. Because they're showing you exactly what needs to be seen. This is that time where you are in your connection right now. And I'm not saying that this is what's happening, but this is exactly the time where we're starting to see, excuse me, if somebody is giving us all the indications of moving forward, or if they're giving us the red flags. This is that exact timing where you are in your connection, where these moments happen. So just pay attention to the flags that are coming up, the signs. Are they green for go? Are they red?
I got to say something really quick. Sorry. So Spirit's interrupting me here. Well, he's interrupting Brandon. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's something that apparently you have put aside. Now, again, this could be your own personal hobby. This could be your own creative project. I don't know what it is. And they're telling me to go work on it, to also put your energy into what it is that you're trying to work on, create something like that. I don't know if you know it.
Is it dance?
I don't know, because I just keep getting shown like you may have neglected some of your own things because of his creation. And it's time to start focusing in on that, which will help. not only you're focusing on him or work towards him or where he's at, but it's gonna help mesh the two of you together in some way, whether it's completely separate industries or something along that line. She knows what it is. Okay, woohoo, there you go. Because spirit needed you to hear that, and it was coming through like shush up, Brandon. I gotta talk, and I gotta talk now. Sorry, Brandon. I know he loves me anyway, even if I interrupt him. But
We
no,
know how
okay,
this
so
works.
yeah, because that message came through so clearly. So please spend your time, because you will see how this will somehow mesh the two of you. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to plan it. It would, but again, even if it's completely different industries, somehow this is going to bond you in some way. It doesn't mean, particularly working together or anything like that, but it will create that bond because you're going to be where he is. I don't know I don't know how to explain that, but it really helps. So I hope that helped.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, they were like, you got to talk now. You got to talk now. You got to talk now. So I was like, okay.
Sarah, what do you do on TikTok? What do you do on TikTok? I'm interested because I don't know why I kept seeing like dances and like weird different things. Maybe we can just throw a plug in there so we can follow Sarah.
You're so welcome, Sarah. Yeah, right. Sarah, what's your TikTok so we can check you out?
Everybody follow Sarah. We'll put some pressure on you to get out some content. Kathy knows all about that.
Yeah. Yeah, put your TikTok up and we will follow. Oops, I just literally logged into it and I didn't mean to do that. So, all right. So I believe that Miguel is next.
Yes, Miguel, are you here? So Miguel is our...
Whoa.
What in the world?
Literally an emergency alert. Oh, a public state of emergency in Alberta.
What? Why?
Oh, because,
Because an election is happening.
Because an election is happening. And
is fear being projected into you?
Remember at the beginning, if you guys haven't watched the beginning of the show, go watch the beginning of the show because we talk about this. And that was sort of that confirmation right there. So please, if you haven't watched the beginning of the show, go watch it. The Cybermen are turning left. Let me just say that. The Cybermen
are turning crazy.
Left. Time for us to turn another direction. So
we're seeing it in real time. This is
real time happening. Okay. Only Cybermen turn left. I'm going to say it that way. I don't
get it.
Left leaning or right leaning?
Well, I can be ambidextrous. So what does that mean?
I think that there's, I think that there's good and bad on both, but right now there's a lot of robot minds that are coming from one direction.
Well, I talked about this before. I don't know if we talked about it on the show. I think we did talk about it on the show. There are people who live virtually now, and there are people who live on the land. And I don't know about y'all, but I have had gravity on me since the moment I came into this world. And I tend to stick with what's happening on the ground, on land. I'm a earth sign.
Yeah.
So, I do feel like I love the earth, but I don't know. We are children of this earth and children of God. And I tend to stick with what's happening, with what I can see around me. You got to live in reality because it's where we're forced to live.
Just shut off the media for right now, guys. That's all I can say. And I get it, Cliff, because I kind of am too. I'm totally, you know what I mean? But I'm just, there's so much propaganda right now. We got to shut it down. Just shut it down. Follow follow our intuition.
So, Christopher, after
Yeah.
this reading, we are going to start our lottery in numbers after this reading with Miguel. So if you want to hang around and wait for that, so we've got one more reading. Of course, people can always choose to still donate off if they didn't want to wait on the lottery list and hit that $10 minimum requirement for the priority list. You can do that at any time. If you don't want to do any of those, you want to book a private session, you can head over to either my website for reading with me, thedreamteacher.com, or Kathy's website
at oracleintuitions.com, or through my email at oracleintuitions1111@gmail.com, or through my Facebook or my Instagram, guys. So
plenty of ways to contact if you are in need. We have got you.
yeah.
All
So
right, Miguel.
Miguel is what?
Miguel Taurus, of course. I am here for a general reading.
Okay. Miguel, I got to ask you a question, because the first thing that came through, are you somehow not, it feels like, so I'm being shown the moon card, and it's being shown in reverse for me. So what that means is somehow within your soul or your inner being, you're not, and you might want to clarify this for me. It feels as though you're not being, when I look at the tarot, when I personally do tarot, okay, I don't read reverses as the opposites. Okay, a lot of people will read tarot as opposite. When I read tarot and something comes in reverse, I look at it as inner as opposed to outer. Okay, so let's say the moon card was to appear in a upright position. It would be that there may be something under the surface that you're not seeing. When I'm seeing it in a reverse position, which I saw for you, it feels that there's something possibly inside that you're not revealing. Okay. And this could possibly be, emotions, or maybe there's something that you want to say and you're holding back on. You're not allowing yourself to express in some way, or you're holding something down, you're not revealing it all. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, so if you could maybe clarify that for me, because it feels as though it's like something is bubbling under the surface and you're not quite letting it out at this moment. I don't know if this has to do towards work. It may have to do with a family member, something like that. Like, it just feels it might be hiding within just something that you're not being honest with yourself about, like, that the answer, but you're trying to skate around it, I guess, without looking deeper into it. And so when I get that energy, I really feel like, okay, it makes sense. I feel a little bit of fear here. So this could have to do with your inner self more so than your outer self. I'm not sure if that coworker and a family member. Okay. So what it feels like is it's time to really look into yourself and really grasp the energy of what it is that's bothering you in regards to the two of them. So make sure that, first of all, you have to separate them. You can't put them into one lump. Okay. So you're going to have to look at the actions of the coworker, of what it is that is bothering you. You're also going to have to look at the actions of the family member and decipher that without the coworker. You don't want to put them into the same energy, because their energies will mix. So, to deal with the coworker, you obviously you don't need to come at it from the purely highly emotional state that you may come from as a family member. So maybe that's the one to, start with first and release those energies. But really look into yourself and ask yourself, what is it? Is it something the way that they've done or said, or they're behaving, or whatever it is, or maybe I feel uncomfortable. I do feel a little bit of uncomfort with them for some reason. I gotta ask a question. I think Brandon knows where I'm going with this. Oh, okay. Is there somebody who's making you feel uncomfortable with their actions? And I think you're going to know what I'm talking about. And you don't really know how to deal with them, and because it's not something that you're wanting or interested in, but it just feels like you're almost in this place of like, I don't even I'm going to give you an example. It's kind of like the waitress and the bartender, and the bartender or the customer, let's make the waitress and the customer, and the customer is being a little inappropriate, let's just
Handsy.
say handsy towards the waitress. And the waitress wants to keep her job. She wants to be nice. She wants to, get along. She wants obviously the tips. She want, like there's all of these things. But that's the kind of the energy that I'm picking up. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but there's an awkwardness there. And it really feels like this is something obviously you don't want, you're not interested. It's a like cut this line off. I don't know if that's the exact situation, but this is the energy that is coming through. And it feels like you may, you're going to have to step up. You're going to have to say something. Unfortunately, it really does feel like that. Obviously in a way that's nice. You may have to bring Mamie around to curb this energy. And be like, this is mine, and that kind of energy. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it really feels like you got to deal with that energy first, because it's making work really difficult. I feel like it's also making work very uncomfortable. It could be affecting home life to some degree. I don't mean in a, like a complete, because, I love Namie. I mean, she's so even headed, but, and sees stuff for what it is. But I am getting that, she may have to, step up, not step up. I don't mean Amy step up. If you're watching, what I mean is like, hey,
She is
Miguel.
the root. I mean,
She's the root, and that's
she is
exactly it.
the
Like
tree that you can rely on.
This person that's bringing in this interfering energy needs to know, boom, Namie's here. and there ain't no screwing with that energy. and Miguel, putting that energy toward Namie is going to make this difference. Once that person really gets that direct smack to the side of their head that this is a committed relationship, they will, like a little bug, start sneaking away. So that's the energy that I'm getting with that. Yeah, because this person, I don't like them, but whatever. It is what it is, Now with the family member, I think that there just has to be some acceptance as to who they are. Okay. But that doesn't mean that you have to cater to them, or that you have to, in any way, release your own, ethics or morals or anything like that. I don't know if that makes any sense. It feels as though they are kind of pushing a bit, and you might have to just, I kind of feel like I want to say be the dad. Okay. So, if that's the energy, you may have to, you cannot let somebody interfere with a relationship or something like that just because they think that they have the right to do so. because they don't. I don't know if this is, like I said, be the dad type of energy. It could be somebody else, but I am getting that energy coming through. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but what I am getting is it just feels like, you go ahead, because I think you know where I'm going with
Well,
that.
I just heard in my head, "You want me? No. You want me? No." From earlier. That song is stuck in my head, and then that exact and another TikTok reference. See, thanks, Sarah. Honestly, there really is not much that I can add to this because pretty much word for word, were telling Miguel exactly what I was picking up on. I might have been explained it in a different way, so I'll just go ahead and do that real quick, Miguel. I keep being shown that somebody's like coming into your
run to
path.
the washroom. So as you're talking, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
So I just disappeared. Okay. Sorry, guys.
What I was being shown is that somebody's like kind of riding into your energy, your sphere, your space here, Miguel. They show me somebody who is supposed to be like a friend or friendly energy, and they're showing me like this open heart and this openness, and all of a sudden it's like this squashed heart, squashed energy. So I don't know if somebody revealed something to you, or you thought that they were somebody else and you thought they were a friend, and they ended up just like totally ruining what you thought was there, what you thought was had between you and that person. But it's just so interesting that Kathy was picking up on that energy. I was picking up on it. And then as the solution, what you needed to know, I asked Spirit, what you need to know, what you need to do right now. And what they're showing me is they're like, he needs to rely on the strong female in his life. And I'm like, oh. And then Kathy's like, you need to go to NAMI. And I'm like, yo, what? It's just always amazing to me when, Kathy and I we connect differently. We tap in differently. We have different guides, different ways of getting information from source, from spirit. And oftentimes, we're kind of linked up in that same space, that same energy. I love when it comes through in the same way like that. It's always so cool. And it should be very validating, I think, to see, oh, yeah, wow. Okay, so multiple people are picking up on this. So maybe I should listen to it. So, yeah, Miguel, I hope that helps. If this was a big disappointment for you, I'm sorry. But just know that this person is not... their energy is not in the best placement. So to hold them at that level would be, I think, a mistake, because they're just operating with the best they have, with what they know and where they are. So I wouldn't hold it against them per se, but definitely hold them at a standard and a boundary. If you're going to act this way, or if you're going to be this way, then here's the line. You can't cross it. Wait till you come up above that level that you can actually interact. So good. I think confirmation and validation of Kathy and I picking up on the same stuff here. As told by Casey. Hi, Casey. Welcome. The list is still open. The lottery list is still open. So if you would like to get in on the list, put your first name, zodiac sign, or date of birth, and your question in the chat.
Yes.
Hooray! All right, so we're at 144. So that was kind of our plan, y'all. Usually by the time we finish with our priority list, we're about 2.5 hours in. So this is the entire point. So now we've got more time to dedicate to give you all a chance to win a free reading on our lottery list. This is our point. This is why we're doing it. And we're seeing everything in live time today. All the alerts and fear manipulation, all the reasons why we are changing stuff. It's so perfect. So cool. Excellent. All right. So let's hop on to our first lottery, shall we?
And make sure we added Casey to the list as well.
You want me? I want you, baby. Well, I'm waiting for Casey's question. So we will be able to put Casey on the list, but let me open up my number generator here. And we will do numbers 1 through 8 right now, unless Casey submits. Again, if y'all are watching on Facebook or the I Want to Believe channel, pop on over to Oracle Intuitions, hit the subscribe button, and give us a like. And if you've got a question, you can go ahead and put that in the chat on the Oracle Intuitions YouTube page. Not only does it also help you, it makes it possible for you to get a reading. It helps the channel grow. And
Absolutely.
that's what we're trying to help people do too, is grow, with a higher sense of consciousness and helping answer these questions. And, I want to make a little bit of a blanket statement real quick before we jump into this. A lot of people might wonder and ask, what's the point of psychic readings? How can something with intangible information be relevant and important? To which I would answer, at the very least, even with all the different religions and beliefs that are out there, one of the most common things we all feel is that, okay, we might have a soul. And I like to think that psychic reading is honoring that part and that aspect of the self, is to speak the soul's language, to communicate with the soul and understand what it is trying to connect and communicate with us, because we don't always listen to our soul. We listen to the brain, we listen to programs, we listen to outside influences, and psychic reading, I feel, is a really healthy way to have that communion with the soul. So I think it really can be beneficial. And that's why, I'm doing it. I know this is why Kathy does it too, is to honor that part of the self. And it's just such a beautiful experience, I think, when we can have these moments. You all, if you have been here for more than one show, you have totally seen these beautiful moments where you've just had these soul connections. And it is, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's amazing.
I'm just going to ask Casey, can you also post your boyfriend's first name and birthday as well, please?
Uh-oh, here we go. Guess what time it is, apparently.
What?
Trombone time. My neighbor is practicing.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember last show when I was like, oh, well, apparently living in an apartment means I get to listen to my neighbor's kids practice instruments.
Right. Oh, is it trombone time? Yay.
I guess so. It sounds like a very sad person, like trying to walk.
Okay. That's too hilarious.
Okay.
All right.
So, Casey, I have got you on our list. I'll update that here in just a moment.
I just want to remind everybody, being on the lottery list does not guarantee a reading. It will go by the random number generator. If you have donated less than $10, your name has been entered twice, so you'll have two numbers. If you have donated $10 or more, then that guarantees you a reading. So all the information is scrolling through if you do want to donate, and if you do want to receive a couple of numbers, because I think we'll probably go till about another half hour approximately. So we'll try and get in.
Well, normally we should be off at 9 my time. But let's see, we've been live for 1:48. Yeah, let's see if B's got some other work to do after this as well. No rest.
No rest for the wicked.
Wicked sick.
So who is
Okay, let me
first?
put Casey up here.
Oh, yeah, you're going to put the list up, right?
Casey is our number 9 here. So if you see two numbers next to your name, you've got double entries. Double rainbow. Oh my God. Otherwise, if you just have one number next to your name, that is your number. So those that donated under $10 get that double entry, which is a higher chance to win a reading. All right. We ready for number 1?
Yes.
Well, the first reading, we don't know if it's going to be number 1 or not. First up is going to be number 5. Number 5.
K. All right, K.
Yay.
Yay, K. Yay, K. No, Kay, we already gave you a number and your number got pulled. So
Okay, you have, just to be clear, you have numbers 5 and 6, if you can see that.
Yeah, and we pulled number 5. So yay.
So you did get your double numbers. Don't worry, babe.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kay, Virgo, would like to know, how does Sarah feel about me right now?
Oh, confused. That's the first thing I felt. Confused.
In a good way or a bad way?
Um,
Some confusion can be good, right? Especially in an energy like this.
I'm really hearing, okay, you may have to do some confirmation for me, and that's all right. It feels as though she's really struggling with, does she leave her guy? I don't know. Did you pick up on that, Brandon?
That is, I understand that realm. I understand that journey very well. I do, the way I hear it
it's
is
like she's being false to herself is what I keep hearing.
I do feel the confusion about what to do, with her past path is what I keep being shown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this all feels like massive consideration about like what to do in the future with, what she's feeling and what's going on. It's like, am I going to have to do this? Am I going to have to do that? Oh my God, how would I even do that? How would this even be possible? Can I do that? Should I do that? Is it wrong? Like, there's so many.
There's so many questions that are going on. No, we know that you're not trying to play with her in any way. And is she that hot for you? She's very hot for you. I think she's also very confused about her own sexuality as well, which it just feels like right now she feels within herself that she's being false to herself. That's what I keep getting, is like, I'm not being true to myself in some way, is what, is the energy that I keep getting. Now, saying that, I don't know if that's a conscious thought. And when I say that, it's something that people actually think about. Is it when we talk about subconscious thoughts, that's something isn't sitting right with them, and they're in a place of, physical or energetic discord with themselves. So I feel a little bit of both with that from her at this point. I think that she's a little surprised at the fact that she is as hot for you, as as you put it, but there is this little energetic kind of block that she does try to put up because she doesn't know exactly what to do at this point. Okay. And so, if she's not, being, forward at this moment, or if she seems a little bit, withdrawn sometimes, that this has nothing to do particularly with you. This is her own energy because of the fact that she may be confused. So, as you say, every time I pass her, I'm confused about her emotions towards me. Well, her emotions change each time. Now, that doesn't mean that she's like, one day I like you and one day I don't. It doesn't mean like that. It's basically like, at that moment, let's say she just got off the phone with her guy, or the guy that she's with or dating or whatever it is. Her emotions are going to be exhibiting that phone call. Okay. So let's say, I'm just going to give a slight example here. Let's say he phones and says, "Hey baby, I'm going to take you out for dinner and I've got all these flowers and roses and blah, blah, blah." Okay. Well, when she passes you, she's going to be in that energy of like, he's doing all of this, so I have to block this energy towards you in some way. Okay. When she's in this place of allowing herself to really follow her own conscious and subconscious feelings, you may feel that energy of her wanting to, extend more towards you. All right. So she's really in this place right now where she's very confused about what it is and where it is that she's going to go. And so it feels very, very difficult for her. Is she attracted? Yes. Is she confused about all of this? 100%. And, and this is that place where you definitely don't want to do, and I'm not saying you are, but, from her energy is that if there was any push towards something, that could make her repel. Okay. Simply because it feels like this is something that she really truly has to sort out herself. She has to come to the place where she really has she's really following what it is that she's feeling inside. Okay, so any push towards that is going to be very, it could make her take a few steps back, is basically what I'm saying. And I love that. I felt her loving energy the other day, felt like the sun was radiating from her. And you know what? At that moment, I do feel that was probably very true. And I feel like many moments is that where that's happening. What interferes with that energy is, like I said, if he calls or they just spent a night together or whatever it is, that's going to play play a role in there. So, if you feel her getting colder, that could have something to do with that, because again, she's not 100% sure where it is she wants to go at this time. So
yeah, I want to second that. I don't know if you've seen this, Kay, but I feel sometimes that you can question even just the friendship between the two of you, because even that sometimes feels dangerous to her just because of this confusion. And so sometimes she might be totally distant and cold with you, but it's because of the feelings that she is feeling in herself. Sometimes they like really eat away at her. And she's like, I literally cannot, I just need to pull away because I'm too overwhelmed. So you might see that from her. She might be cold, she might be distant at times, but it really is because she just is not expecting to have such a reaction to you. It literally gets underneath her skin and she has to just put down a wall, block things off, try and be cold, pull the energy back. So, don't be surprised in those moments. What I am feeling though, if I'm looking at her intentions towards you, so I do want, I guess, I don't know if this would be like a little bit of a warning or not, but I am actually, so you had said it in the chat. And so I was like, oh God, do I even say this? But I'll just be, kind of direct. I do feel an energy of her wanting to play. Now, I don't mean play like play you. What I mean is just this sort of, it has this more of like a childlike, youthful kind of energy of like, let's play together. Like, and it feels very playful. It feels like, okay, I want to experiment, to taste, to understand. I want to enjoy it with a sense of wonder, this sort of innocence of like, oh, I'm enjoying myself without any preconceived notions of and ideas of who I should be, who I need to be, all those layers, shed away. And to just be, raw and honest and in the moment with one another. So in that regards, there does seem to be a playful energy here where it's like, okay, I want to not hold myself. I want to be able to jump in and talk from this place and communicate and initiate and, just enjoy from that moment. So there is that clear intention in her of wanting to experience that with you, that, rawness, that humility, that honesty, and that innocence. So she's not trying to play you. I know you're not trying to play her. It's just, what is she going to do with these emotions? And she's got to take that time to figure out this confusion. You do not want to be part of her making the decision. She has to choose you because that's what she wants to experience and not any influence by you, which I know you already know that. And I know you've already taken that stance. So just let it be as it is, let her, exactly. Coming out is hard. That's a hard thing to do. So just let it keep playing organically. Don't ever hold yourself back because you're waiting around for her. That will always kind of put energetic pressure on things. That always makes things not work out. Resentment happens later and all that stuff. So just, literally keep doing your thing. But trust me and Kathy, there is a lot of pulls that she has towards you that she is just going to keep feeling. And it's literally because you are just you. That's literally it. You don't got to do anything else. Just let yourself be yourself and She's being affected, trust me.
Absolutely, she is. And you know what? I feel like the fact that you're not pushing, you're not playing, you're sending out genuine energy is the best way to be. You're doing
It's working.
you're doing exactly what it is that you should be doing and being guided towards. So, keep with that, because this is going to be, this is going to be a tough decision for her, but I do feel that this is a decision that she's going to come to with her heart. So I hope that helps. And
I am typing to Kelly here. Oh, I'm typing in the chat and she's not even in this chat.
Okay, Kelly, if you're watching on the I Want to Believe channel.
Yeah, pop on over to the Oracle Intuitions page, put your first name, your zodiac sign or date of birth, and question in the chat. We probably have time for like maybe 1 or 2 more readings here. So pop on over to Oracle Intuitions YouTube page, put your question in the chat, and you will be put on our lottery list. So if you've not been here before, you can ask a question, we assign you a number, and we use a random number generator to pick who will win a reading during the show. So you'll be put on our list if you do so.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who it's going to be.
I'm actually going to put up our lottery list so as it is.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I'm going to remove, hang on, I'll send it again. I'm going to remove K.
Okay.
From the lottery list. Are you on the lottery?
The lottery.
Did you find the lottery in the pantry? All right, here we are. No, not that one. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. All right, so next up, y'all ready? Who's still here? Can we do a roll call?
Yeah.
Let's do a roll call. Who is still here? We know Christopher is here. Hello, Christopher. We've still got Khalil, Esha, Melody, Cliff, Casey, all on our list. Yay! All right. Thank you all for sticking around.
I'm not sure if Khalil is here. Is he?
Khalil. Oops.
Cliff is here.
That's funny. Oh, it comes in as okay. So Cliff, in our little StreamYard chat, it just comes in as the words and it says oops, but it looks like a little monkey with the hammer. That's cute. Okay. All right, here we go. Next up is going to be number 4. Went from 5 to 4.
Christopher. Okay.
Christopher.
What did Christopher like to know?
Christopher, my name is Christopher Gray. My date of birth is 4th of October. I was wondering if my friend Calvin has any messages or any of my guardian angels. Would really appreciate that.
Okay. Give me a second, please. So with Calvin, I really feel like there might be a dual message coming through here for you. And it feels sort of like they may be in connection with each other. So what I'm getting from Calvin, I hear a lot of laughing, but this isn't laughing in the like laughing at somebody. It feels as though this is a laughing like wanting you to have more joy, wanting you to really Cliff, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully next time we can get you on. We really appreciate you coming on. So I really want to do a reading for Cliff one time. So we'll have to get him on sometime. So what I keep getting, I'm literally being shown by Calvin, is it's this energy of wanting you to experience more joy. I keep hearing from him that it feels as though there was a lot of love there, whether this is like some sort of brotherly love or friendship love or just a love of respect for each other, something along that line. It just really feels like your happiness is just so important to Calvin. And when I say this, what happens is your guides and angels are like behind him or coming through with him at the same time. And I keep hearing something about for you to really enjoy this realm. Okay. I do feel like there is a part of you that, does have this. Can I ask you, is there somebody in your life, special in your life, like a partner of some sort? Because I keep hearing something about this. I just need to clarify that there is a partner of some way in here, that there's something is happening with this. But what I'm hearing from your guides is for you to really enjoy this realm, because it feels like there is this bit of energy here. Yes, I'm just out of a breakup. Okay. It feels as though, okay, so so you guys are together now, or you are broken up? Sorry, I should just specify that. Are you
assuming that they just broke up?
okay?
This is what I'm seeing.
Okay, because I'm kind of getting, what I'm getting from this energy is there's a part of you are broken up. Okay, there's a part of you that is not allowing yourself to fully experience all of that is here and now. And I feel like this is what Calvin is trying to bring through to you. Okay. It feels as though there's a bit of this energy from Calvin where he's looking and he's like, I want to be able to touch again. I want to be able to feel. And so I don't want you to miss those experiences. He's not in a place of sadness. He's not in a place of, feeling bad. He's okay where he is. He's happy where he is. He's experiencing that realm for all that it is. He understands that separation, but he also wants you to truly enjoy this realm that we're in right now, to feel, to touch, to experience, to taste, to hold, and to enjoy each day, wake up each day in this sense of happiness. And it feels like, that may have played a part within this relationship, because I am hearing something about that. I'm not exactly sure what in particular he's saying in regards to this, but it feels as though there was a part of, maybe perhaps with your own sadness or depression, or, experiencing the loss of, this really good friend. Don't place that onto this realm. He really is okay. And so when your guides are coming in, what they're doing is you're being very much surrounded by this beautiful, loving energy of them, and saying to you, we want you to have this happiness. And it's almost as though Kelvin has really, when we talk about our guides and angels, and then coming in and giving us, this beautiful energy, they will do that on their own. But I feel like Kelvin has, in some way, projecting extra energy onto that so that you can feel it on a deeper sense. And that's really what he's wanting you to know. It's like, I'm bringing all of our friends, all of our family, all of our guides, all of our ancestors really hug you and to really make you understand how important every day is, and to really experience and love each day that you're blessed to be on this earth. And I feel like this is the energy that he's trying to bring through to you. So I hope that helps.
That's so true. I only have one message that I was picking up on from your guides, Christopher. And they are showing me that they are just so proud of you. They are clapping, they are happy. And what they keep telling me specifically is they're like, he is finally accepting his faith and he's really bringing it into his own life, his perception, his consciousness. Like, they're showing me that you're really bringing it into your life. You're taking the initiative. You're really allowing yourself to connect in a way you have not before. And they're showing me that it's becoming more and more solidified in yourself, in your core. And just as Kathy said, it's as if Calvin is like giving you this, it's like he's clearing the path. He's allowing the light to be enhanced, the energy to be enhanced, the connection to be even stronger. It's like he's removing any sort of astral obstacles, that are like trying to block your way or block your path. You are getting into this beautiful energy of expansion in this aspect of your life and in this layer and level of consciousness. So well done. Your guys are honestly really happy for you, really proud of you. I couldn't stop beaming, my smile beaming as Kathy was talking about it, because it's just how everybody feels around you. Like, everybody is just beaming right now. And so I know that it's a difficult time, physically dealing with things, but where your energy is now, you're really stepping into something so important that's going to carry with you the rest of your life. So well done.
I also hear from Calvin too, is that when you need a direction, you can ask him, you'll hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if there's something that, you're confused about, or you're needing a decision on. Now, that does not mean, he's very, very clearly saying, do not ask me to, for everything, but right. Because a lot of people can get attached to that spiritual realm, and then they're not trusting their own intuition. He doesn't want to, decide your underwear or what color of socks you're wearing that day, that kind of, but this is about, look at, show me a path. The path will open for you. You'll see it. Okay. He is there to guide as well. So I hope that helps.
All right. I've updated the lottery list. What do you think? We'll do one more?
Yeah, we'll do one more. And then I think that will be the night. Okay,
the knight in shining armor, if you will.
Oh, Cliff had to go.
Oh, that's right. Let me.
And guys, remember, even though we couldn't get to you tonight, if we couldn't get to you tonight, remember to join us next week. We are here every Wednesday at 6:00 p.m. Mountain Time. If you want a more in-depth reading, you can contact either one of us through our individual sites. So you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com or through my email at oracleintuition1111@gmail.com, or through my Facebook and Instagram page. And if you want to talk to Brandon, you can contact him at thedreamteacher.com.
Yeah. Or you can just go to my website and text me. Isn't that crazy? Huh, my gosh. My number is over there. You can just shoot me a text and be like, hey, can we set up a session? I'll be like, yeah, dog, let's go. I'll be honest though, I don't remember my psychic number, so it's on my website. That's why I say. So go to thedreamteacher.com. Okay. So, Kalel, thank goodness. I was not sure if you were still here, and you had a double entry. I wanted to make sure you were still here. All right, here we go. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Last one for the evening. Let's see what we got. Number 8.
Casey.
Of course. No, that's Cliff.
Oh, Cliff. Oh, it is Cliff too.
You did say you wanted to read for Cliff. Is he still here by chance? Maybe just by chance. Because he's been here a lot, and we've never read for Cliff, have
Yeah.
we?
No.
Of course. See what happens? This is why you got to stay till the end.
Cliff, are you still here?
I don't think I see.
I
Let
don't
me
think
look at our participants real quick just to make sure. Just to make sure. Nope, I don't see Cliff. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
mates. So sorry. All right, let's see what number's next. Number 3. Number 3.
Esha.
Esha.
All right. And again, thank you so much for everybody that's here and watching. I mean, honestly,
Yes, please come back.
if we weren't doing this for like 3 hours, sometimes a night, we
would sit here with you all forever.
Yeah.
We would. Casey, thank you for coming in. I think this is the first time maybe that you've been here. We hope you come back for sure. Who else? Kalel.
And guys, remember, please don't unsubscribe. Okay.
Well, if you unsubscribe, the issue is you don't see the chat anymore. So if you unsubscribe, you're not going to get a reading.
You know, if you wanted to come back next week for a reading, you're going to have to subscribe again. And also it really screws up the YouTube algorithm. Algorithm. I can't say that word. So just, you know what, just stay subscribed. It's just so much easier, you know, and it helps us too, because when we can get to the monetization, it really truly helps this channel. So
absolutely. All right, Esha. Esha is Aquarius. Again, thank you all. If I know you all will probably dip out, but thank you all for coming. We love having you here. Okay. Esha, Aquarius, what messages do my spiritual team have for me?
Okay.
Does my spiritual team have for me? Excuse me.
You know, Esha, the first thing I actually keep getting for you, I see a lot of glitter. I don't know what that has to do with.
Oh, great. See, here we go. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shine the way you are.
Oh my God. No, it really feels like literally I'm looking at like glitter, like shiny objects, all that glitters, you know, it's this sort of energy. I'm also getting something about loyalty, something about loyalty. Are you with somebody, or is there somebody around you or in your life? I don't know, because I'm getting a lot of energy about loyalty and something about glittering. I just want to see if those are connected. I feel like that I just did a huge project with a lot of glitter. There you go. All right. That's awesome. Okay, so you're super single. Okay. That's funny. Actually, I saw glitter like literally all over the place. So that's hilarious. I love that. That's what visions do. I tell you, they mess up the rest of your brain. I'm hearing something about being loyal. Okay, a loyal heart, loyalty. And I really feel like this is about yourself. Now, I don't know if you've just gone through a period of recognizing how much it is important for you to be loyal to yourself, is what it feels like. It feels like being loyal to yourself is going to be very important. And this may have to do with a decision about romance. Okay. It may have to do with a decision, an upcoming decision, or possibly a current decision in regards to following your heart. And I feel like is Will hitting on Esha? You're so cute. No, I do. I feel like it's something about following your heart, something about a loyal heart. Be loyal to your own heart is what I keep getting. It really feels like this is going to be important to you coming up fairly soon. I feel like there's been times in the past where you may have allowed yourself to not go with the path that you knew you were supposed to go with, or you didn't say exactly what it is that you were supposed to say. Like it's almost as though you held yourself back in some way. So what I'm getting here is it has to be loyal to you. You have to be loyal to yourself. And I feel like there's a decision that's going to be coming up fairly quickly in regards to this. So somebody might be presenting somebody or somebody offering you something. This could have to do with a decision in regards to a romantic partner. And again, I keep getting, Esha, that for some reason, I keep getting shown like looks are not that important to you. This is really about the energetic state of your feeling towards somebody. And I keep getting told here to continue to follow that. Like it doesn't mean that you're going to, date somebody homely. It just means that you are allowing yourself to look past the mask that people wear. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you, because it really feels that this is going to be important for you coming up fairly soon. And when I say fairly soon, I mean, for all I know, it could be tomorrow, but I'm really getting like in the next few months. Okay. Like the next little while, this is going to be important to you. Yeah. Why are you giggling? What is going on with you?
It's so funny because it's true. It's so funny because it's true. Because what I'm being shown is that you're about to feel gravity with somebody very soon. You're about to feel pools with somebody revolving around one another. And what Spirit keeps saying is that not everyone lives on the surface, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, we all have outward appearances, but not everybody is just a surface level, person who lives with ego in the social sphere of life and just, is all immature. And so I think what Kathy is saying is extremely valid and right in line with what I'm being shown as well, is that it's okay to rest with somebody in limbo as you personally figure out if what you're feeling is depth and spiritual connection with somebody. They're showing me that you're going to feel these pulls and this gravity in the very near future here. And that the way they're communicating it to me is that you don't always trust your emotions. You don't always trust, your internal pulls and things. And that's okay. But what they do want you to trust is when you feel that spiritual impact with somebody, when you feel this pull from your soul. And I'm so glad that I had talked earlier about that soul communication. So I hope you're around to listen to that. But it's important to notice those pulls. It's important and it's okay to act on them and to allow those connections to be the ones to expand.
Yeah.
Having that spiritual bond with somebody, it's just for you, Esha, it's going to be so beautiful and impactful. And who cares about permanence? That's not the point right now. The point is this sort of revolving around kind of energy. Don't worry about permanence. I know that it's going to be important down the line, but the more that you worry about it, the more that you force it to not happen. So literally just allow that revolving, that pool to be your motivation. And when you have that pool, there are reasons for it. Let yourself rest in those waves and those little bit of limbos while you're figuring out, oh my God, this is a spiritual thing. Like, holy hell. That is supposed to be the next phase here. That is supposed to be the level at which you are to connect. So the more that I think you've been with us, I know you've been with us for a while, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, there was at one point in your path in the past year where you're like, I'm really developing this spiritual part of myself and I'm feeling more connected than I ever have been. Now that you have been connecting with that more, it's coming up more now, reflected in your connections. So that is that next level. And I as I'm being shown, as Kathy is being shown, you're stepping right into that space.
I also feel like the glitter has to do with all that glitters isn't always what it appears. And so if you're only responding to somebody on a surface level of glitter, it's not going to be that depth that you're seeking. And so look past the glitter, move past remove the mask. Because this is where that true realm is, this true happiness. It's going to be in there. And it's funny because she says she recently met somebody who she never would have thought she'd be interested in. You know what? Those are those surprises that come through, and you're like, wow, what the hell is this? and sometimes those can be such deep, strong connections. So absolutely. So guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. We so appreciate you guys being here. We so appreciate everything that you guys do, and thanks for supporting us all the time. We will be here Sunday. We do have a guest on Sunday. He is an author, paranormal investigator. He has his own podcast. His name's Dan Hammond, and he will be joining us Sunday at 2:00. So we hope to see you then. And thanks so much again. And I will be trying to put up videos throughout the week, some tarot readings and stuff. It's just kind of been a crazy time, but do join us again on Wednesday. And thank you so much. And if you do want to get a reading, Brandon, they can reach you at
thedreamteacher.com. Head on over, shoot me a text, email, whatever you need. We will help you out.
And you guys can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, my website, oracleintuitions.com, or my email at oracleintuitions1111@gmail.com. Many blessings, guys. Take care. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.